Hi guys! Today I'm going to be giving you a short tutorial on how to grow your own bacteria using the agar plates. I got my agar plate online from Desert Cart for about $35 and I got them pre-made. However, you can also get them non-pre-made and mix the agar powder with water and boil them on your own. But I got mine pre-made. So, what you want to do is when you have your agar plates ready, you have to take one out and open it. Okay? Now take the cotton swabs, which should look like this, and carefully dip them in just a little bit of water. Don't go overflowing with the water. Just a little bit. Here. A simple little scrub. Just like this. Now, rub this bud on any surface you would like to see the bacteria grow. You can even do it in your mouth, on the table, on top of the fridge, on the floor. Always make sure that once you do this, you always have another agar plate with 100% chance of the bacteria growing. What I mean by this is under a shoe, because there is a chance that the bacteria may not grow because the place that you rubbed is it doesn't have any bacteria. So always have a backup agar plate that has a 100% chance of bacteria growing. Now for me, I'm just gonna do it in my mouth. You want to cover the whole earbud with the bacteria. So if you're doing it on a table, rub it 360 degrees all around the table. Take the agar plate. Do not use the zigzag technique. What you want to do, very lightly, because agar is delicate, very lightly, do a 360 degree angle. Just try and get all the bacteria off. Like this. Roll it around. Back and forth several times. Be very, very delicate because agar is very, very soft. I'm being as delicate as I can right now. Now, I'm not going to use a backup plan because there is a lot of bacteria growing in your mouth. There is more bacteria growing in your mouth than there are people on Earth. So, of course, the bacteria will grow. And that's about it. Throw this in the bin. You will not need it anymore. Do not reuse the earbuds. Now, take the lid and cover the agar plate. Take some tape and tape the lid shut. Do not seal the lid. So do not put it on the side here and just seal it completely, make it airtight. Don't do this. Simply use 1 to 4 pieces of tape to cover the lid and prevent it from opening. I will use about 3 pieces just to be safe, because you don't know what type of bacteria can be growing on the agar plates. Here we go. Now, always remember, before getting this, you have to be prepared. This is no joke. You really have to be prepared. You have to have an incubator ready to place your bacteria in. An incubator is basically a little box or a machine that can change the temperature. Okay? If you don't have like a machine, you can just search around your house for a place that has a temperature of between 60 degrees Fahrenheit to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, you take your agar plates. I make my incubators using a simple box. I take a simple box, put it on top somewhere very hot. Then I cover it up with some wool to trap the heat. Then I microwave a little bit of paper and I place it on there. So I put the agar plate, microwave some paper for 30 seconds. Always be careful. Put it on top. Then cover the top with wool to prevent the heat from escaping. And any gaps that are, you have to cover the whole paper with wool to prevent the heat from leaving. If you find any gaps, cover it with some tissue or some extra wool. Then close the box, wrap it in some more paper, and put it somewhere where it's hot. It will take between 12 hours to even 6 days just to grow. If you put it in a temperature under 60 degrees Fahrenheit, then it will either stop growing or grow very slowly. If you put it above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then most of the bacteria will die and you won't get any results. This is how you make the agar plate bacteria. And I hope that this experiment is successful. A few tips that I would like to give for you is always be prepared, which is what I just said. Don't keep the agar plates for long because they will start having mold growth. And if you want to throw away the plates, there are two ways of doing this. First, you put it in a plastic bag, seal it, and put it in the bin, or you cover them in bleach and throw them away. I prefer the bleach technique because it's more sanitary and more helpful. Right now, I have already made some bacteria. One very important tip is when you store the bacteria, store them upside down. Always do this. This is from a shoe. This is from my mouth. And this is from my dog's mouth. Surprisingly, my dog's mouth actually has the least amount of bacteria colonies growing. Now remember that it's almost impossible to identify what type of bacteria are growing without using a microscope. So do not use a microscope unless you're a professional scientist, because the bacteria that's growing might be dangerous. Here. Well, I'm not an expert, but I believe that the bacteria growing here is Staphylococcus and E. coli. And the bacteria growing here is yeast and E. coli. Now, if you can see this weird blue fuzzy dot thing, it's actually mold. Right here. That thing is mold. Most likely a mold called penicillium. The way you can identify bacteria is, well, the pigment is how I use it because I can't use a microscope, obviously. E. coli would have a peachish color. Staphylococcus would have a yellow color, and yeast would have a white color. So this is the bacteria. This experiment went well for me. I have experimented and I found that the incubator technique that I just told you worked best. But if you have an incubator machine, then that would work even better than what I used. Also, don't always follow what I say because your house might be hotter than mine. So you might accidentally kill the bacteria, which is why you always need to have a thermometer and make sure that the temperature is right. Don't make it too hot and don't make it too cold. Thank you for watching.